Okay, hi everyone. This is a live for my ongoing classes and the help packs. I know it's a bit unannounced, however, it's essential to address all the queries that I'm getting in my DMs. First of all, I really want to say that for any queries at all that are related to CSS, you have to basically DM on the page CSS Essay the Lazy Way. वहाँ से you can get your help packs. It's very simple, the process. There is a link in the page bio and आपने सिर्फ उस link को click करना है and you get all of the help packs and all of what is available. So I will be taking classes on February 19th, 18th, and we only have around 7 to 6 slots per session. Therefore, if you wish to register, now would be the most ideal time to enroll. Yes, I'm so sorry I forgot to switch the comments on. I think I'll do it again. मैं दोबारा भी करूँगी तो I'll have the comments switched on so I can see your questions directly. But right now what you can do is you can simply write in your questions in the question section. See, I'm getting questions in the question sections. Perfect. Only joining writing is acceptable? No. ऐसी तो कोई बात नहीं है, ना ही ये कोई रूल है कि खाली जॉइंट हैंड राइटिंग होनी चाहिए. आप किसी किस्म की भी जो हैंड राइटिंग है वो एक्सेप्टेबल है, एज लॉन्ग एज वो थोड़ी लेजिबल हो. ऑब्वियसली इफ योर हैंड राइटिंग इज नॉट लेजिबल फिर एक इशू आता है. अच्छा guys, so what are my classes about? My classes are about basically Islamiyat and the essay and the Pressy session for 2025. That's why it's in February. So the sooner you get done with these subjects, the better it is for you. क्योंकि आपका अपना एक comfort level बेहतर हो जाता है. आप कहते हो क्योंकि I know the technique for the essay, I know the technique for the Pressy exam, so it makes you comfortable within yourself. And of course my car is going like this, so you know, deal with that. Why is it so hard to pass CSS? It's okay, so fine, like I'll be honest, it feels like it's very hard until you actually make it, and you know that is true for almost everything in life. For example, if there's someone who has to pass a certain admission test to be in a school, because a lot of schools that are offering a lot of good education, they require some form of an admission test, right? And in all major cities. तो उसके लिए भी क्या होता है कि आप you keep fearing that test, you keep thinking कि पता नहीं कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, but once you clear that test, only then do you feel कि oh, you know what, it wasn't so difficult. So same goes for CSS. I hope my connection is going fine, because I'm traveling, so it can go tipsy-turvy, but it's fine. So the same thing goes for CSS. Until unless you think कि बहुत मुश्किल है, वो दूर से वाकई मुश्किल लगता है. I don't deny it at all. At times I get a lot of DMs saying कि one thing that's holding me back is the fear of failure. And now across the table I can say, oh, don't think about this fear of failure. ये तो छोटी बात है, ये तो आप बहुत छोटा सोच रही हैं. लेकिन when I was on the other side of the table, it was not a small fear. That fear consumes a large part of your day. By the way, this is a long live, hopefully, so I will be able to address all your questions. You simply have to write your questions in the question section. Okay, just gonna get done with a little bit of my talk, and then we'll completely devote the remaining time to your questions. Okay, so we were talking about the idea of failing and the idea of fear. So fear is very real. I cannot deny it at all. Like I said, I was just as average as everybody else, and it consumed a whole chunk of my day as well. Just a second, guys. So talking about fear, but I will say one thing, and I hope this helps all the people that are giving the exam, that please don't let fear come in the middle of your dreams. Believe me, there are a lot of jobs out there, and you know what, दूर से बैठे हुए across that side of the table, again, when you are not on this side, मतलब you haven't cleared it, तो आपको ना आप excuses बनाते हो अपने mind में कि वो भी job बेहतर है इससे, वो job भी इससे बेहतर है. Oh look, CSPs are so underpaid and like XYZ, and there's a lot of political pressure, all these things. You will create all these problems in your mind simply because you don't want to give the exam, because if you give the exam, God forbid there is failure, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. There is no such thing. You know, everything is worth a shot. And today I can really say, because you know I'm alhamdulillah posted, so I can really finally say that it paid off. It did pay off. If we have one boss, we also get to change the lives of a lot of people that are not a part of the service, and that makes you feel extremely grateful, you know. And ye nahi feel hua tha even mujhe until unless I assumed charge today and I thought I'll talk to everyone and, you know, tell you that it is worth it. Of course, every job has problems. If you know, you ask me, any job, even people that go apparently the belief is that, you know, go abroad and find a good job abroad. What is going abroad? You think you'll have no boss there, you think you'll have no pressure there, you think you'll have nobody that you're answerable to there. You will also be equally under stress. So every job comes with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, but really it's like what Bob Marley said, you have to really see what's worth suffering for. So if I get to, if any of us get to suffer a little while for a huge good, it's absolutely worth it. And the fact that you have more exposure, you have more of a horizon to change the lives of people, it's worth it. अच्छा, कोई मुझे लिखा है यहाँ पे उर्दू में क्यों नहीं बात करी? क्यों आपको समझ नहीं आ रही मेरी बात? You don't know ABC? Learn ABC then perhaps. समझ लो कि लोग जो दूसरी ज़बान में बात करेंगे उनका मतलब क्या है, क्योंकि जब आपने ये जॉब करनी है तो आपको बहुत सारी दुनिया के ऐसे लोगों से बात करनी पड़ेगी जिनकी ज़बान ये होगी या इंटरनेशनल लैंग्वेज ये है इस वक्त. तो आप एक्सपेक्ट मत करें जो चीज़ इस वक्त हुई नहीं है. हाँ, आई डू होप एंड आई डू प्रे जस्ट लाइक यू दैट वन डे उर्दू इज़ द ग्लोबल लैंग्वेज. व्हाई नॉट? वो तो मेरी भी ख्वाहिश है, मुझे क्या मसला होगा इससे. लेकिन इन द मीन टाइम ट्राई एंड पिक अप योर स्किल्स टू रिप्रेजेंट योर सेल्फ इंटरनेशनली फर्स्ट. ओके, राइट. तो ये क्या सीन है? सीन ये है कि बेसिकली फेब के अंदर फेब 18-19 I am starting my classes for the essay, for the Pressy, for Islamiyat, for political science, and for gender as well, if I can. So what I usually do is I take classes, like I take a class every day, because like I feel if 2 hours of my day, only 2 hours of my day can, you know, help people pass something and get there, इससे बड़ा कोई काम नहीं हो सकता. कि मेरे दिन का सिर्फ 2 घंटे ही हैं and my knowledge is updated. I know the right techniques. I can tell you what not to write in the exam. I can tell you what to write in the exam. There is no better way to actually expand my knowledge and teach people along the side. Again, a lot of people say कि ओ CSPs पढ़ा क्यों रहे हैं? Because well, we are not just आपको खाली पढ़ा नहीं रहे, आपको हम वो tips and tricks और वो guidances दे रहे हैं जो हमने थोड़ा, like, it took us a while to get there, or it was a lot of hard work asking people, asking other CSPs how they got there. We're giving them to you through an online platform, and there's nothing better than that. Believe me, I gave my exam in 21 and तब इतना नहीं था trend online classes का through CSPs. हाँ, academies करी थी, so I did join a few online classes, but I didn't like them. तो मैं उनको ना वो Zoom पे लगा देती थी और मैं साथ पढ़ती थी अपना, and I was like, कुछ important बात होगी तो मैं सुन लूँगी, लेकिन कोई important बात थी नहीं. On a very serious note, it had like 100 students on Zoom, 95 students on Zoom, but there was nothing important. ठीक है? So this is like your golden opportunity to learn from the person that has cleared it and get the most latest form of knowledge and find out, because the exam, उसके कुछ don'ts हैं. Do's तो बहुत सारे don'ts हैं. And if you do not know the don'ts, then you're failing. So I say, take my session, know the don'ts, and then you're on your own. Then there's no re-session and all of that. Then you simply just revise and give mocks and attempt the exam and fix your writing speed, fix the time that you will be finishing your paper in, do all of that and you're good to go. Honestly, इससे ज़्यादा आपको प्रेप की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपको चाहिए कि आपका आइडियल टाइम ही फेब है. फेब, मार्च, अप्रैल में आप क्लासेस ले ख़त्म करें, ये अपना बोझ उतारें कि मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है, कुछ अपने पढ़ लिया है, सिलेबस कवर कर लिया है, यू आर गुड टू गो. उसके बाद आप मॉक्स दें, रिविजन करें और मॉक्स दें, गलतियाँ निकालें उनके अंदर जो हैं. दैट इज़ योर जॉब नेक्स्ट. So yes, I have classes for anthropology, for Islamiyat, for the essay, for the Pressy, for political science, and now is the time to start them. And we finish all of this in 2.5 months, as I did in 2023 as well. So the same session applies. In 2 months, I made sure that my students had not only finished this once but revised as well. So आपने simply जाना है पेज पे CSS as the lazy way. उसका एक लिंक है बायो में, वो खोलना पड़ेगा आपको. जिस तरह आप links नहीं खोलते बाकी, so you'll have to open that link as well. A lot of people say, oh, I can't open the link, it's a Google sign in. No, it's a simple form. Just open it, scroll through it, fill it up, submit the requirements, and that's it. You are done. ठीक है? Okay, उसके अलावा if you have already taken an attempt and it's your second attempt or your third attempt, then I don't think you need a class. हाँ, फिर आपको सिर्फ ऐसे की चाहिए क्योंकि आप most likely उसमें फेल हुए हैं, या इस्लामियात की. यही दो चीज़ों में लोग उड़ते हैं. ऐसे प्रेसी में फिर लोग पास होते हैं, but ऐसे and इस्लामियात it's like it is what it is. There's no defense for it, but it's better कि वो उसकी आप क्लास ले लें. फिर otherwise आपको you don't even need classes if you're a second or third attempt person. आपको सिर्फ help pack चाहिए जिसके अंदर मेरे recorded lectures हैं in case कुछ ना आपको समझ आए. Already उसके अंदर मेरे course packs हैं, उसके अंदर मेरे PDFs हैं, books हैं. हर help pack के अंदर majority में books हैं जो कि PDF books हैं. ठीक है? उनमें फिर मेरे solved mocks हैं, which is key क्योंकि I think that's what mentors don't give away, and they should. They should give them like you should have the solved mocks of most mentors, so you know कि उन्होंने actual paper में क्या किया है. इस तरह हवाओं में बातें होती हैं, मैंने तो ये किया था, मैंने तो ये लिखा था, मैंने तो वो लिखा था. आपके पास कुछ है तो नहीं. तो मेरे पास तो मेरे मॉक्स पड़े हुए हैं सारे के सारे, which are in my help packs, which allow my students कि वो चीज़ exactly वो copy भी करते हैं ना, तो उनके नंबर 70-80 से कम नहीं आते. ठीक है? Some people are saying like everybody will have the same help pack, so you'll have the same answers, so how will you pass? And it's a comparative exam. It's comparative in terms of how you write, not in terms of your knowledge. अब इस्लामियत है, उसमें we have one Quran and we have a few sources of ahadith, but they're the same. So everybody will obviously be writing the same things. ठीक है? But इसमें भी there are ways to create difference. For example, if you don't know any सूरत के मैं क्या लिखूँ, मैंने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है, so you can write Bismillah, you can write Alhamdulillah in Arabic and know the translation as well. It will still give you marks, but this is how I teach you to be creative and make sure that you get a good score. It's not that difficult. Really, it's not. इतना मुश्किल नहीं है. अब जहाँ पे आप बात कर रहे हैं political science की paper 2 की, for example, हाँ, उसके अंदर you have constitutions that have laws. Those laws are same. So if like 80% of the candidates in political science exam number 2, paper 2, are attempting a question on, let's say, the impeachment process of the US president, they will write the same laws, provided they remember them. ऐसे होगा कि किसी को 10 याद है, किसी को 5 याद है, किसी को आर्टिकल 1 याद नहीं है, तो किसी को कुछ और याद नहीं है. This is the difference point. लेकिन एक ही constitution है, एक ही law है, एक ही उसके articles हैं. So if everyone even quotes them, इसमें कोई नुकसान नहीं है उनको. The examiner is bound to give them marks, provided the examiner reads your paper. There is no check on that कि examiner कितना paper पढ़ता है, कितना नहीं पढ़ता. There probably needs to be a better system to go through that. But that aside, अगर आपका content ठीक है, the examiner will obviously reward you for those laws. Similarly, एक subject है criminology, right? तो उसके अंदर भी जो शिके हैं, जो आमला है, which is the Anti-Money Laundering Act. If you write that, and if I am also writing that, and 3 more people are writing that too, the examiner cannot deduct my marks because that is a law. Similarly, in the exam of gender, we have laws that are, for example, the Transgender Bill Act, the Workplace Harassment Act, the quotas that we have for women in parliament, women in the services. All these things are part of our laws, right? Then the idea of education for all, and again we have a very lovely law that says that if increasing the quota to basically promote women, it's not illegal, it's legal. तो इस तरह के जो laws हैं, अगर आप अपने जेंडर के एग्जाम में कोट करते हो, लिखते हैं, जो कि मैं सिखाती हूँ करना, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आपके मार्क्स कम आएंगे क्योंकि 8 लोगों ने लिखा है. नहीं, आप सबको प्रॉब्ली एक इक्वल वेटेज पे जजमेंट होगी. वो तो फिर इट्स ऑन यू, ऑन योर पर्सनल कैपेसिटी कि आपको कितना याद है, दूसरे को उतना नहीं याद होता. ऐसे हो जाता है कि आपने याद 200 चीजें की और आप रिप्रोड्यूस 50 कर सको. दैट इज ओके, बट दैट इज वेयर द कॉम्पिटिशन इज, एंड ऑल्सो how fair and neat you write, how well you present that knowledge. ये है, everybody, as strange as it is, will be attempting a different exam, with the same knowledge too. और इसका सबसे बड़ा evidence ये है कि in some exams I scored really high, even though my brother and I studied from pretty much similar content. Of course, mine was a little updated, but more or less it was the same thing. So in some exams I scored even higher than him, but in the remaining ones he scored higher. Our interview score is very similar, but the written score is different. So everybody will attempt the paper in a different way. Then another thing is that students that have taken my help back have at times scored higher than me in that subject. Now that is like rocket science, but it happens because they did a better job with the same content. So ye hai iska science, I can say. Okay, too much talk now. I will address your questions. Okay, I want to take classes only of the essay as mentioned. Help pack. Why help pack needed? No. If you want to take classes, okay, so हर class के अंदर help pack आपको दिया जाएगा. That is inclusive. If you're signing up for the classes, then the help pack is like your property, ठीक है? But if you're not signing up for the classes, then you can take the help pack. We will have around 8 to 9 classes for anthropology, 8 to 9 for Islamiyat. Same goes for gender. Political science की लंबी होती है, वो around 10, ठीक है? Then for essay as well, around 10 to 11. I can take an extra one too. Precisely 5. At most 5 classes, because you should understand कि इससे करना कैसे है. इससे ऊपर आपको चाहिए नहीं है. जी. So we'll have around these classes. 2025 CSS की प्रिपरेशन कब से स्टार्ट करें? Well, आपको चाहिए कि अब आप ये मेरी क्लासेस जो फेब में हैं उनको ज्वाइन करें, ताकि आपका मार्च में मिड अप्रैल तक आपका ख़त्म हो जाए एक दफ़ा. उसके बाद आप रिविजन करें उस चीज़ की, और फिर आप अपने मॉक्स अटेम्प्ट करें. एक नहीं, आई थिंक 3 मॉक्स हर किसी को अटेम्प्ट करना चाहिए, ताकि आपकी राइटिंग स्पीड ठीक हो. लेकिन अगेन डिपेंड करता है कि जिसकी राइटिंग स्पीड पहले से अच्छी है, वैसे नहीं होती. लेकिन अगर इफ इट इज़ देन यू डोंट नीड दैट मेनी मॉक्स. पर आपको पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन को एस करने के लिए वो मॉक्स चाहिए होते हैं. सो दिस इज़ लाइक द वे टू गो अबाउट इट. एंड देन रिविजन पे रिविजन पे रिविजन पे रिविजन 4 कर लें. आइडियल है कि 4 रिविजन्स करके जाएं एग्जाम में, ताकि आप कुछ भूले ना. और नहीं भूलता. आफ्टर 4 रिविजन्स यू डू नॉट फॉरगेट थिंग्स. It's only when you have revised very little 2 दफ़ा, तो फिर आपको चीज़ें बहुत भूलती हैं. Then there is an entire pattern of MCQs. इस्लामियात के MCQs, Pak Affairs के MCQs, you must know them, you must know how to practice them, ताकि in case आपका स्कोर अगर सब्जेक्टिव पार्ट में कम है, जो कि हो सकता है, it's not in your hands, तो ऑब्जेक्टिव में तो ज़्यादा हो. ठीक है? You need to have a good score in the objective in case it's less in the subjective part. And because again आपको तो नहीं पता, तो might as well prep like that. I'm going through your questions. Is academy or academies are not good, and I'm saying this very unabashedly. I don't know if there is a good one, but they're mostly not good. वहाँ पे क्या होता है कि if there's a teacher, a specific mentor who gives you extra attention, extra focus, tells you things, that is very different. वो तो और बात है. वो तो फिर आपका 1-on-1 guidance है, जिस तरह मेरे साथ होता है मेरे students का. वहाँ पे वो अच्छा है. लेकिन वैसे just going there and like 100 लोग एक क्लास के अंदर हैं, 50 लोग हैं, उससे क्या मिलेगा? उसको बेहतर तो ये है कि आप YouTube खोल के देख लो. तो इससे बहुत बेहतर है कि you go to an actual mentor. My issue with academies is that the people that are teaching there are not CSS mentors. They are not CSS qualifiers. For example, अगर आपने मैं example दे रही हूँ, जिन्हें बाहर जाना होता है, that want to seek a job outside Pakistan. Who will you contact for that? Somebody who already is working, that can guide you कि हाँ, this is how I got my visa done, or this is the company to apply in XYZ, whatever the process is. Or will you go to somebody who works at a local, let's say, fruit shop? No, you won't, right? So that's the comparison I can give. इसलिए it's better to go to CSS mentors that have qualified, that know, that are teaching, that are in the game, that understand कि it's not a piece of cake and you will need a competitive advantage. एक और चीज़ है that when my help packs are being sent to students, they often get really overwhelmed कि इतना कुछ है पढ़ने को, हाँ इतना कुछ ही है पढ़ने को, ठीक है. इसी तरह मैं पास हुई हूँ. मेरे 200 PDFs ही होते हैं जिसको आपने डिवाइड करना है, 10 एक हफ्ते में, 10 अगले हफ्ते में, फिर रिविजन उनकी, ठीक है. That's how you go about it. There is no shortcut. There is no shortcut to the game. There is no shortcut. At most you have my help pack जहाँ पे आप अपने बेड पे बैठ के वो चीज़ें पढ़ सकते हैं, लेक्चर्स सुन सकती हैं, ठीक है. आपको कमरे से निकलने की भी बाय ज़रूरत नहीं है. और जब वो हो जाए उसके बाद हाँ you need to find a table and write all that stuff down in terms of mocks. वो आप reproduce करें knowledge mocks दे के. क्या? Yes, as I was saying, for the Pressy exam too, I have a hack in my essay and Pressy help pack for the vocab section. It's only a short little list, itni si hai, which you can finish in 12 days if you study around 10 words every day. And that's all you need. Very difficult in 21. It was so famous for its level of difficulty that it made Twitter go crazy in India all the way कि इतना मुश्किल एग्जाम आया पाकिस्तान में प्रेसी का. तो उसके अंदर भी मेरे सही हुए थे उस लिस्ट की वजह से. तो वो मेरे एसे और प्रेसी अवेलेबल सहूलतें हैं वहाँ तो ऑफ कोर्स आई विल प्रोवाइड, बट बाकी चीज़ों में कंटेंट ज़्यादा होता है, ठीक है. Okay, so yeah, this is why I'm saying that there's no actual hello, my dear batchmate Saddam. Also a big fan. I'm also a big fan, Saddam. Saddam, by the way, guys, teaches incredible current Pak affairs, so you should all contact him. He gives the best classes and they're very comprehensive and they're really good. And like I personally know he has a huge grip on current Pak affairs, so contact Saddam, and he has a page as well. So I don't know if he's giving classes right now, but it's the easiest way to get this burden of Pakistan affairs and current affairs off your head. ठीक है. उसके अलावा फिर सेकेंडरी मेरा हेल्प पैक भी अवेलेबल है पाकिस्तान अफेयर्स एंड करंट अफेयर्स के लिए. ओके गाइस, आई एम गोना साइन ऑफ नाउ. आप लोगों के सवाल मोस्टली मैंने एड्रेस कर दिए हैं. आवाज़ कम आ रही है. फातिमा मलिक, आवाज़ कम आ रही है. ओके, आई एम सो सॉरी कि आवाज़ कम आ रही है. इट्स प्रॉब्ली द रियली बैड कनेक्शन दैट इज गोइंग ऑन राइट नाउ बिकॉज आई एम ट्रैवलिंग एंड देन you have to squeeze in time that you can for, you know, talking to your students and the aspirants that are a little, I would say, worried right now because the exam is like on their head. But इस दफ़ा exam थोड़ा late हो रहा है, Feb के end पे हो रहा है. It's on February 29th, so that means you have a whole extra month, and that extra month means extra revision. इसका और कोई इसके अलावा कोई मतलब नहीं है. आपने बस अब revise, that is all you do. And those of you that are not appearing this year, in 2025 you will require my classes, and they're beginning on February 17th. Halfway slots are full. We're not taking more than 6 students per class, so register now if you want to be a part of the session. There will be no other session. I only take one every year, not more than that. So this is my last one for 2025. The link is in the page bio of CSS The Lazy Way. उम्मीद है आप लोगों को ये बातें समझ आ रही होंगी कि मेरा जो पेज है CSS The Lazy Way, उसकी बायो के अंदर लिंक है फॉर माई क्लासेस, फॉर माई हेल्प पैक्स. हेल्प पैक्स मैं कहती हूँ बिगिनर्स भी ले लें, जिनको नहीं शौक क्लासेस का वो ले लें आराम से, और जिनकी सेकंड थर्ड अटेम्प्ट है दैट डोंट हैव टाइम फॉर क्लासेस वो ज़रूर लें. ठीक है. मेरे एंथ्रो वाले हेल्प पैक में स्टूडेंट्स हैव नेवर स्कोर्ड लेस देन 75, 81, 77, इवन दो इट्स द सेम कंटेंट. So कोई बात होगी कि they're scoring that well. So that's it. And if there are any more queries, they're in my. You can DM the page, ठीक है. But for help packs and for classes, you open the link in the bio. Baki, a general thing to say is that this is absolutely worth it once you are in service. And by in service, I don't mean CTP or STP. I mean when you actually have your job, when you're sitting on the table and you see people across table and you know there are ways you can help them, and there's a huge population, right? बहुत ज़्यादा लोग होते हैं that you can actually benefit by just sitting on your desk, frankly, and getting work done, and that's your part. And it's the best way to reward both yourself and the nation. And frankly रोज अजीब सवाल आ रहे होते हैं कि ओ गाड़ी मिलती है, ड्राइवर मिलता है, घर मिलता है. नहीं, ये तो शायद आपको किसी और जॉब में भी मिल जाए. ये I don't think these are the biggest criteria of working. Your working environment should be good. You should be respected, and the respect you get is immense, and it's worth staying respectful for, right? That worth, that self-worth, that respect is very addictive. That is what you should be addicted to, ideally speaking. And you find lots of avenues to create that respect for yourself as well. There are a lot of ways to expand that respect. तो वो जो आपको respect है वो वाकई you will not be able to find within not just this country. Even when you go abroad and you represent Pakistan, you are looked at very differently than you are from if you're serving in the private sector or in the corporate sector. They look at you as a temporary person back then. But when you are actually a part of the government and representing Pakistan on both international and national platforms, you're looked at differently. What you say has weightage, and the amount of contribution you make then has weightage, right? So this is how you change the game, by being a part of it. It's very easy to leave the country. Even today, I encountered someone at work. Hold on. Okay guys, yes, I was mentioning a little incident that today I met somebody at work, and they said it was a mother. She was married, so she said that she would want her future generation to basically not be settled in Pakistan, right? We have gone through the hardships and now the next generation should go abroad. But actually there is nothing abroad. Like, you may have more dollars or pounds or euros, which will allow you to have a bigger spending power. But that aside, you're living in the same living standards as anybody else there, and you're not really actively allowed to contribute to their society unless you're part of their policy making process, which you're mostly not preferred to be because you're Pakistani. And I'm not judging them, but that's the way it works. So being here, being a part of the country to actually change things is what you should aim for. It's easy to go outside and run away, and you'll be working twice as hard abroad. Just saying. It's no piece of cake. If you're earning more, then you're also being consumed more, and you have no time for yourself. People that are abroad are struggling from all kinds of mental issues because they have no time for themselves. And anywhere, even in a corporate job, if you're being paid a little extra, that means you have 12 hours of work. And not to say that the government job is any less strenuous or that you will be expected to work lesser. No, but at least it'll be worth it. At least you'll be recognized for it. So जब एक तरह का ही atmosphere है, so might as well stick by and change what you don't like. And don't let your own personal fear of failure dictate the next 40 years of your life. It's worth a shot, and literally it's a help pack away. So there is no easier way of doing it than this. To get them, go to my page. It's going to be tagged in this video. And good luck to those of you that are appearing this year.